There are 10 very important points which have been compiled by a very great Sheikh, Sheikh Hazrat Mufti Ibrahim Desai Sahib rahimahullah ta'ala, in light of the Quran and Hadith for a successful marriage. Number one, taqwa, fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Just as it was mentioned last week, at the time of marriage, verses in relation to taqwa are read, which basically mean that the husband and wife, before committing to one another, they need to commit to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's commands. Number two, never be angry at the same time. One Sahabi, radiyallahu ta'ala, he came to the Prophet alayhi wasallam and he asked for some advice. So he said, La taghdab, 3 times. La taghdab, la taghdab. Do not become angry. So never be angry at the same time. If the husband is angry, the wife should have a cool temperament. And if the wife is angry, the husband should have a cool temperament. Number 3, if one has to win an argument, let it be the other. The Prophet ﷺ said in hadith, أَنَا زَعِيمٌ بِبَيْتٍ فِي وَسَطِ الْجَنَّةِ لِمَنْ تَرَكَ الْمِرَاءَ وَإِنْ كَانَ مُحِقًا. That I give guarantee for the center place in Jannah for that person who leaves arguments, even though he's on the right. So for our male folks, even if we consider ourselves to be on the right, just to leave that argument for the sake of creating harmony and happiness between the family, the Prophet ﷺ promises a place in the center of Jannah. Number 4, never shout out at each other unless the house is on fire. Luqman alayhi salatu wasalam gave a very beautiful piece of advice to his son that lower your voices because the most disliked voice is the voice of a donkey. Number 5, if you have to criticize someone, so if the spouse feels that he or she needs to rectify the other spouse's actions, then do it lovingly, with dignity and respect. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم المؤمن مرآة المؤمن. The Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم has said that a believer is the mirror of another believer. So just as a person, when he looks into a mirror, the mirror would take out his mistakes. The mirror will say, you have this spot on your clothing. But the mirror will take that mistake out with respect, dignity, and without informing other people. This should be the method that the spouses use with one another. Number 6, never bring up past mistakes. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم من ستر مسلما ستره الله يوم القيامة. Whoever conceals a mistake of a Muslim, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala shall conceal this person's faults in the hereafter. So my dear mothers and sisters and brothers, we should ponder over this hadith. Number 7, neglect the whole world rather than neglecting your marriage partner. The Prophet ﷺ, he confirmed the advice of Salman radiyallahu ta'ala to Abu Darda radiyallahu anhu when he said, وَإِنَّ لِأَهْلِكَ عَلَيْكَ حَقٍّ. For our male brothers, this advice is for all of our male brothers, and that is, your wives also have a right upon you. Many of us who are involved in our work, whether it's worldly work or dini work, we get so caught up with other people, we're worried about sending other people to Jannah, yet we completely forget about our own children and our own wives. So neglect the whole world rather than neglecting your marriage partner. Number 8, never sleep with an argument unsettled. For our women folk, they like to prolong arguments for no reason. Days will pass. So never let a night pass unless and until that argument is settled. Number 9, at least once every day, express your gratitude to your partner. Man lam yashkurin nas lam yashkurillah, aw kama qala alayhi salatu wasalam. Whoever does not show gratitude and show thanks to the people, he has not shown gratitude towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So our male folk, our Brothers, our wives serve us day in and day out. We should express gratitude to them. And likewise, vice versa. The husband, he works tirelessly outside. He earns. And when he comes home, if he doesn't feel contentment, peace of mind, he feels very put off. So this works both ways. And number 10, when you have done something wrong, be ready to admit and ask forgiveness. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم التائب من الذنب كل بني آدم خطاء وخير الخطائين توابين. That every single human being, he is prone to making mistakes. Many of our mothers and sisters, they believe that I can never ever commit a mistake, and the mistakes are always committed by my husband. They feel that they are immune from making mistakes, and they won't even ask forgiveness. So the Prophet ﷺ is saying that every single person, from Bani Adam, male, female, husband and wife, everyone will make a mistake, apart from the Anbiya alayhi wassalatu wassalam. Now the best of these people are those people who make tawbah and repentance. So by asking forgiveness from each other, a person's dignity and his respect does not go away, rather his dignity and respect is increased. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us to practice upon these beautiful advices. Wa akhiru da'wan.